Hello, everyone. Oh, very cool. I'm just sitting down here now and I'm seeing breaking news. Somebody resigned, tendered resignation letter to Tinubu. Eh, I don't even know what to say. Anyway, let me read this from Parallel Facts. Parallel Facts says, breaking. Director General, National Intelligence Agency, Ahmed Rufai Abubakar tenders resignation to Tinubu. Mr. Ahmed Rufai Abubakar, the Director General of the National Intelligence Agency, NIA, has resigned. According to NTA, Rufai submitted his resignation to Bola Tinubu on Saturday. The surprise move marks the end of Abubakar's tenure as the head of Nigeria's primary foreign intelligence service, a role he has held since his appointment in 2018 by former President Muhammadu Buhari. That's just the news. That's it. So now someone was asking me and saying that is it that did he resign or they sacked him? If they ask me, who I go ask? I don't know. What do you think could happen in this Nigeria that everybody stays put in a job? Nobody resigns. We are hearing someone resign. What is going on? The Ovevekova matter that is going on, we are going to see it. Let me go around and fish whether we will get something with more details, because there is really no details here. Sahara reporters, whether they have more news on this, I don't even know. Sahara reporter, this is just breaking like 5 minutes ago. Sahara reporter also says Nigeria Intelligence Agency DG Rufai Abubakar tenders resignation to Tinubu. It also says tender resignation. It didn't say whether he was sacked or something like that. Okay, but I think okay. So Sahara Reporters has more. Let's go. Let's dive in and see what this thing is all about. Honestly, for me, I'm still like, because it's so shocking. You know how it is. People never ever resign in Nigeria. For someone to resign in Nigeria, you be curious. Why was it? Was it on issue of principle? Was it on issue of disagreement? What is it? Is there something bigger coming up? I've never even seen anything coming out of here. So this for me is just like whoop, just out of nowhere. But anyway, let's look at Sahara Reporters and see what they have. Sahara Reporters says the Director General of the National Intelligence Agency, NIA, Ahmed Rufai Abubakar, on Saturday tendered his resignation to Bola Tinubu. The reason for his resignation is not yet known. So even Sahara Reporters doesn't yet know the reason for the resignation. However, they continue, they say it will be recalled that under Abubakar's watch in October 2022, that operatives of the agency stormed the head office of People's Gazette in Abuja. The newspaper had published a series of 3 articles, a memo that spy chiefs at the Foreign Intelligence Office had written to former President Muhammadu Buhari, warning him against retaining Rufai Abubakar as the Director General on the grounds that he lacked intellectual and physiological rigor for the position. So is this a matter of preempting, whether maybe he feels that they're going to sack him, so instead of sacking him, let him sack the sack? Well, it's not for us to question or say. Let me just read what Sahara Reporters has here. Nearly 3 weeks after the articles, 4 officers arrived in white Toyota Hilux truck and intimidated security personnel at the gate and forced their way into the offices on the 2nd floor. So this happened way back in October 2022, even before the 2023 election. And that's where Sahara Reporters just left this. So who knows whether the intelligence chief has an intelligence that something is going to happen and then he went ahead to do it, or he just feels that he just can't take this anymore, whatever it is. But anyway, we shall be watching to see what is going on. But by the way, did you see some of the reports that had been coming out on the CJN, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, that has just been sworn in? And that swearing in, it's sort of like something out of the storybooks. Because first of all, the National Assembly, is supposed to first of all, what's that? Is screen and give approval for it, but they didn't wait for that. I mean, Tinubu felt like he didn't wait for that, just went ahead to just go and swear in the Chief Justice of Nigeria, and then now the National Assembly. So what's their job? There was something that someone had tweeted, and I'm going to look for that tweet and read it out here now. It was really quite funny because I actually responded to that tweet. It's like, things being done upside down, not the way that it should be. Ayo Shoguro said, how do you swear in the CJN pending her confirmation by the arm of government that is supposed to screen nominees? Has everyone gone mad in Aso Rock, or has the Nigerian constitution changed? And this was my response. I said, when you have bought and paid in full the arm of government that is supposed to screen nominees, this is how you behave. Why will you wait for them to do anything when you know you've got them where you want them to be? So at the end of the day, they just have to do whatever it is that you wanted to do. So that's the way that you behave. But I've always said these things, numerous times, that the legislative arm of government is the bedrock of democracy. And I can tell you that if you look at the three arms of government, the legislative arm is actually the most powerful one. It's the one that makes laws, has oversight function, ratifies treaties, screens nominees. And if they don't want a nominee, they just to say no. Even if the executive brings someone that they've nominated, they'll just for them to say no. But yet in Nigeria, they don't seem to have power. Why? Because you have an executive, which, of course, if you look at them on the hierarchy of power, really happens to be the weakest, but they are the ones who control the money. And somehow, those who control the money, who actually are the weakest in the scale of power, are not the most powerful in Nigeria. But at the end of the day, it's all about one thing: politics. If we don't fix politics, we will not be able to fix Nigeria. For us to get a nation that works for every one of us, we must ensure that the process in which people who are elected into office is free, fair, credible, and the will of the people is allowed to be. We must ensure people with competence, character, capacity are the ones who get into office, not charlatans who are going to go in there and just focus on themselves and not think about anyone else. So at the end of the day, it still comes down to us. When they say to you, oh, politics is dirty, we've allowed ourselves to be put in a place where constantly we hear those words and say, oh no, politics is dirty, we're not going to participate in politics. Some people even feel so good about themselves that they're not doing politics. Well, whether you participate in politics or not, the business of politics will affect your life. It will either make or mar the way you live your life. So at the end of the day, there's choices for every one of us. So at this moment, I say thank you so much for listening. Bye.